mining industry continues to expect a big boom despite the recent attack on Surigao mines. Dale De Vera tells us more about how the mining industry is doing in the face of challenges facing it.
The Philippine minerals development industry has plenty of reasons to be upbeat these days. One reason is the unparalleled increase in metal prices in the international market, a development intended not just for the industry, but for the country as well. Despite recent attacks of the rebel groups on several mining sites in Surigao del Norte, the Chamber of Mines of the Philippines remains confident the industry will still peak this year. With increased mineral exports by 27% in 2010 and a continuing rise this year, the industry continues to be on the verge of the biggest boom in the history. But even before the Mining Act of 1995 was passed, the mining industry has long been a factor to the country's economic progress. Over the years, the industry has helped in the development of not just their host communities, but for the whole country. Like what mining worker Ben Peace says, the industry has helped his family move forward, a reason why he stayed with the company and believed in what the industry has to offer. Chamber of Mines of the Philippines Vice President for Communications Rocky Dimaculangan notes, a boom in the industry will yield higher revenues, create more jobs, and community development projects.
It will create more jobs and help in the government's poverty alleviation initiative.
With more areas expected to be site for mineral development, the chamber sees 50 to 60 billion US dollars in revenues for the next 5 years. At the moment, the country's mining industry has recorded around 14 to 20 billion US dollars. But because of the growing costs for mining moratorium, Dimaculangan says minerals deposited in the rich land of the country might only be put into waste. He stresses the Philippines is among the top 5 countries in the world with the richest mineral deposits.
We are a poor man sitting on a pot of gold. Sayang yung potential ng Pilipinas to lift the conditions of our poor countrymen.
Contrary to claims of most groups opposing mining, the controversial firm Macro Asia says the untapped potentials of the country's land will help in the advancement of indigenous people's way of living. Macro Asia Vice President for Mining Ramon Santos explains a huge amount of land filled with minerals is not suitable for agricultural use.
The contribution of the mining industry is picking up. Lumalaki na yung investment natin, lumalaki na yung contribution to the national economy.
President Benigno Aquino III earlier ordered the cleansing of the list of mining firms in the country. The president, however, is criticized for his silence on calls to repeal or at least review the Mining Act of 1995. Aquino said the mining moratorium is commendable but not practical. At the end of the day, whether people who depend on mining like Mr. Ben Peace or not, they can only hope for better lives. The legitimate mining industry is on the verge of the biggest boom in history. To successfully implement the more than 13 billion US dollars worth of investment, the Chamber of Mines says the government should implement the Mining Act and follow the environmental regulations. Dale De Vera, RPN9.